Hey guys, welcome back to another one of my videos. This time I'm doing a review on these two figures right here for the Masterverse Vintage Collection. We got the I guess it's 6.5-inch Masters of the Universe figures. I didn't know they had a whole line of these. Like I said in my last, I don't know, I can't remember if it was my last video, but the one that I did with Merman and Beastman. But these are also, if I show you the box real quick, as you can see, the vintage collection. And what it is, well, I think I said it before, but in my other video, but these figures have a likeness to the vintage figure from back in the 80s. So they are pretty colorful type of figures, and I really like that. Brings back the 80s back to the new days over here. But yeah, I got Man at Arms on one side, and then I got Stratos also, which pretty cool figures. Let me give you a quick look at the artwork from the box. So I guess this is from a comic book, maybe. A little description of Man at Arms. There's still a couple of monsters over there, and you know what he, how he can store his weapons and everything. And there's a little description of what these figures are about. They're like, oh, they're 7-inch scale. So, and this is for Stratos also, kind of like the same type of type of design. You got the artwork, the action artwork on top, and then what his and I really like what they did here. You can switch off his armor from blue to red, the backpack, and the wings from red to blue if you choose to. So they give you that option. Same description, nothing different here. So yeah, pretty cool figures, man. It's very 80s nostalgic type of feeling on these figures. It's got the Man at Arms without the mustache, so and the helmet is removable. That's a new touch. But yeah, comes with his trademark weapon, his mace. But I decided I mean, you can switch it off if you really want to. I really don't want to do this in front of the camera, but as you can see, you get to choose if you want this one with the little chain or just this one. I choose this one, so that's how I'm gonna display mine. And it does come with the holding hands over here. Although the weight of the mace brings down the the wrist a little loose, not that loose, but but that's okay. I can live with that. It comes with another weapon here, a knife, which can be stored right here. And this mace right here, you can also clip it on his back right here. And that's pretty much it. It's got a nice armor, as you can see. Just enough detail on the figure, on the armor. And also the helmet. Pretty cool. But here are the open hands that he came with. Well, this is a fisted hand and an open hand right here. But this is Man at Arms, so he gotta be holding some type of weapon. And that's pretty much it for this figure. And Stratos over here, also a nice, colorful type of figure. And he did also come with some, I guess, holding hands, it looks like to me. But I'd rather have him with the open hands, because he's like I'm gonna get like a flight stand to put him on a flight mode, you know, on a flight position. But this, again, this is a really awesome figure. And I'm gonna keep him like it is. Now, if I get tired of seeing these colors, I might choose and switch the backpack. And here are his other wings, which are articulated in the middle, like right here. So, I mean, it's really cool that you got that option, you know. So, you know, if I get tired of these, I might go ahead and switch them, but I'm gonna keep them like it is. I'm not gonna switch them now. No, not now. And the backpack, yeah, it's got a little, you know, just a little bit of detail, but not so much. I guess you can, oh, you can take this off. I didn't know that, but yeah, you can take it off. I guess you can switch it with this one if you choose to. I'm not gonna do that, but I didn't know you could do that. But that's a nice touch. You can, you know, can get the backpack off. Anyway, look at the face. It looks pretty cool, I'll tell you that. I do have Tila on well, not pre-order. I ordered it off of I want to say it was Walmart, just a little overpriced. I didn't pay anything for shipping, but the figure was like $39 and some change. But yeah, but really awesome figures, man. I really like this Stratos a lot. I think I like Stratos a little more than Masterverse, but they're both good figures. And I know a lot of people, they don't know what to choose. How, you know, there's a lot of, right now, there's a lot of different variations of these two characters. And if you want to keep your vintage or your original look of the character, I think these are the figures to go. I think there's like 8 of them so far. You got He-Man, Skeletor, you got Faker, you got Sodak. Those are the four ones that I got. Now you got Beastman, Merman, Stratos, and Man-at-Arms, and also Tila. So what is that, like about almost 10 figures? Hopefully they make a few more, at least the core characters. I really hope they make in this vintage line. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I mean, in the loincloth. I'll give you a quick look at the loincloth. So yeah, this will be, you know, what if you want to choose to keep these figures or the classics line. That's a really good competition between the classics line and these figures, man, because they really look, and the plastic doesn't, at least to me, it doesn't feel like it's like a cheap plastic. So this is a really good competition. I don't know, but when we first started getting these Masterverse figures from the cartoon, it felt to me that the plastic was a little cheap, but now it feels a little different. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. The review's pretty much over because they're just really awesome figures. I mean, that's not much else to say. Articulation is a lot of articulation. I really don't want to go into the articulation so much, but yeah, you get a lot of things that you can do with this figure as far as posing him, taking some pictures if you choose to. But I'm just gonna have, you know, I'm gonna have him, you know, that small little dynamic pose, and then keep it in my shelf, I guess. But yeah, awesome figure, man. I'm trying to get all the iterations of all the characters of Masters of the Universe. You know, that's the reason that I like collecting the 2000X He-Man, She-Ra, and Turtles of Grayskull, and you know, the new movie and stuff. I'm trying to keep, you know, all my Masters of the Universe. And one of these days, I'm gonna bring out my vintage figures to show you guys. And I'll do a rundown of what I have. I do have one in hand right here, but I'm planning of getting it, you know, cleaned up and everything. But anyway, this figure, back to these figures, you know, vintage collection figure, the vintage collection, Masterverse Vintage Collection figures really bring you back to the 80s, but with a new look to them, better articulation, and of course they are a lot taller than the vintage ones, than the 80s ones. So yeah, really awesome figures, man. I really like them. Not much else to say. And that's pretty much it for this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.